Next, we're going to have our next speaker on the stage, Mary Beth Eckert. Mary Beth is CIO for Corporate and Insurance at USAA. Mary Beth has two jobs. She runs a $23 billion book of business on current systems, and she's leading and driving the biggest strategic system-wide transformation in USAA's history. Think about this. It's a 100-year history, and she's driving the biggest transformation ever, as well as running existing systems. She is renowned for being an execution-driven leader that recruits, that builds, and retains high-performing teams. She is the executive sponsor for Aspire, USAA's Women in Technology Diversity Network. She serves on the board of the San Antonio Food Bank. In 2019, Dig In gave her an award for Women in Insurance Leadership Award, and just in September, she won CIO of the Year Award from the Orby organization. She's got a fantastic story from her and her team. Please join me in giving a great Connections welcome to Mary Beth Eckert.
Good morning, Guidewire Connections. Okay, every time someone has done that today, this has been the lamest audience. Good morning, Guidewire Connections. Woo! All right, it's only fitting for me to share a little bit of USA's history. And to do that, I would like to play this video.
To appreciate how USAA came to be, you need to understand how it started out. The date, June 20th, 1922. 25 Army officers met to discuss providing adequate automobile insurance to officers on active duty anywhere. USAA was in business to stay, to build and expand its core values: service, loyalty, honesty, and integrity. USAA recognized early that serving members meant utilizing the latest in technology, both internally and for member access. From 1999 to 2009, USAA offers multiple digital services to members, including an industry-first Deposit at Mobile. In 2021, USAA launches auto insurance customized for members' needs, based on how much and how well they drive. This pay-as-you-drive model puts members in the driver's seat. USAA's membership has expanded from its original founding officers in 1922, with 358 members, to more than 13 million military members and their families. USAA's brand identity has been rooted in the military throughout our history. Over time, the motto has changed, but the focus has remained the same. USAA is committed to serving its members.
So USA just celebrated our 100-year anniversary. How many things do you know of that are 100 years old and still standing strong? Not many, right? Now, insurance is a noble cause. We are there for our members, sometimes at the best times of their lives, unfortunately more often than not at the worst time. And at USAA, we are extremely proud to serve our military members and their families, because our mission is to be going above for those who have gone beyond. Everything we do is about serving our military. Now, a 100-year legacy does not occur by chance. It takes intentionality. When I talk a little bit more about our mission here, we actually have a practice at USA where we start meetings with a mission moment. It's a shared experience, a personal story that grounds us, who we are, why we're doing what we're doing, and why it's important. And in keeping with that tradition, I'd like to start our time today with a mission moment. Imagine you're a military member. You've just been deployed overseas for 8 months. You've done everything you think you could possible to prepare your family, who you've left behind, for any situation. Your spouse, your 3 small children, even your dog. But unfortunately, life happens. A Cat 3, trending towards a Cat 4 hurricane, is headed right for your town. Your heart sinks. There's not much you can do. You're thousands of miles away from home. But, seeming to read your mind, USA reaches out. Text, emails, tips on how to evacuate, how to prepare your home. It's that sense of security that gets when you know your insurance company has your back. Your spouse lets you know that they're safe, they're packing up the car, heading north to spend time with their family and weather the storm. There's nothing anyone else can do right now. You do the same. Unfortunately, the hurricane does hit your town. No one can get back in yet, so you have no idea how your home has fared. But again, USA reaches out. First, ask two really important questions. Is everybody safe? And is there anything we can do to help you right now? Then they go on to talk about aerial imagery. They have views of your home, and unfortunately, it was impacted. It's not a total loss, but there is damage sustained. However, you're feeling mixed, right? It's not the best feeling to know that your home is impacted, but you know your family's safe. USA has eyes on your home. They're letting you know that adjusters are going to go out as soon as it's safe to enter the area, and they're already lining contractors to get in there and make you and other members whole. You can get back to your mission at hand, serving your country, and focus there. That's what we call a mission moment and how it grounds us on who we are and why what we do is so important. Now, it's for members like this that we knew we needed to modernize, we needed to transform. I joined USA back in 2018, technology leader to come in and lead the largest property and casualty modernization journey, as Brian mentioned, in the history of USA, probably in the history of most of the industry. It's a 7-year, $1.6 billion effort to take all of our systems and our processes, our products, from what worked yesterday and position us for the future. It grounds us, in this case, on what does excellence at 100 mean? Because as you're turning 100, of course you have the motto, excellence at 100, right? Now for me, for us, it means celebrating where we've been. But it also means celebrating where we're going and what it's going to take to get there. The 100-year anniversary was simply a pinnacle of my career. The history, the significance, the pure fun of this day, I don't think it'll ever be topped. And then I take a step back and think about all the hard work, the determination, just the focus that was required to get us here. And you get regrounded, you double down on excellence at 100. But again, what does excellence at 100 really mean? It means creating experiences that serve our members at the speed they expect, enabled by technology, and as one of our ground-founding important factors at USA, with member service that is second to none. It is continually updating our platforms to take advantage of the innovations in the industry, to partner with others, and truly just to transform at a pace and to a level we never would have thought possible historically. It's about disrupting through digital experiences, because what was good yesterday doesn't work today or into the future. And finally, it's about enabling our employees to serve our members quickly, efficiently, and effectively. Now, transforming an organization as large as USA with a 100-year legacy, all while maintaining the status quo on our platforms and all the production systems, is no easy feat. It is riddled with challenges. But there's a few things that we did that maybe you can learn from that really define our journey and help us stay on course. First, you have to start by defining what success looks like. What is your North Star, and what does it mean to achieve that? And then the prioritization kicks in. Every action you take, every decision you make, every work piece you do should lead to that end state. You have to manage risks all along the way, eyes wide open. Can you mitigate the risk? Can you accept it? Or do you have to pivot because the risk is too great and you have to go a different direction? And finally, disciplined execution is key. Mike mentioned it in his keynote. These journeys are long, they're hard, and teams have to be enabled to do their job with excellence. The morale has to be maintained, and you have to stay true to your culture. Now, it's not lost on me that our industry is going through a really tough time right now. The economic conditions, the supply chain issues, the cost of repairs, everything seems to be taking longer and costing more. But I think most of you would agree with me, during these times of economic transition, this is the time we need to lean in. We need to be there for our members, because when they call and file a claim or do that digitally, that is the most important transaction we can have. At that moment, we need to have their backs. We need to lean in and embrace change. Complacency is truly not an option, especially during these times. You know, as I was preparing for today, I was thinking about my first attendance at Guidewire Connections. It was a few years ago, before COVID, in person. And USAA had just made the decision to go to Guidewire Cloud. Now, many of you came up and introduced yourselves. It was a smaller audience back then. And you were very nice, shared your experiences, stories of your journeys, but without fail, every single conversation turned to, so, I hear you've decided to go Guidewire Cloud. Why? Just portraying how much risk was there. You were incredulous. How could an organization like USAA make that decision? And my answer without fail was, why not? If we're leading a transformation this large, taking us into the next 100 years, we have to lean into the technology. We have to go where the puck is going towards. Right? So then, USAA became the first Tier 1 insurance company on Guidewire Cloud. First Tier 1 property and casualty insurance company, I'll clarify that. And this was monumentous, not just for USAA and Guidewire, but I would contend for the industry as we work towards the next level of maturity. I was talking to Mike backstage, and I was just really, really inspired by the keynotes this morning and all of the progress that is being made in partnership between Guidewire, USAA, and many of you, because those things that are being released, I won't even try to say the name of the next release, I'll say it wrong, but those are because of the input that we're providing. That's because of what our industries need, our businesses need to take us forward. And I would always contend with you, change has to start somewhere. So why not with us, right? Now, USAA needed to change. There was no doubt we needed to begin our transformation journey. We've achieved many milestones along the way, lots of successes. And there's many key themes that kind of transcend through those successes. First, we need to engage with our members with experience that meet them when, where, and how they want to engage. It can be stateside, it can be overseas, it can be on the mobile app, it can be on the web, it can be on the phone. We need to be there supporting them with transactions, with experiences that support them and have their backs. Now, one of the things we did was put our data platform on the cloud to enable a holistic and personalized experiences across the board utilizing our member number. We also started to think about how do you transition from a build to a buy mentality? You cannot transform at the pace this industry needs us to be moving, building all of that in your own shops. You have to leverage the amazing technologies, the amazing capabilities that are being offered by the industry today. Next, we needed to innovate to meet our members' needs, right? Those needs change over time, and they change a lot. So it's really important to remember who you're serving. Let me tell a story. This soldier is on her way to base. She's going to her job, and she's just been in a car accident. She's been sideswiped. She's a little frustrated. I think any of us would be. We're in an accident. No one wants to start their day this week, and she's going to be late for work. The military does not have a lot of patience for tardiness or excuses, right? I can tell some of you know that. But USAA has launched our modern claim platform and touchless claims, so this soldier, in 7 questions or less, is able to start her process of claims. By answering those questions at that speed right in the moment, she's able to file her claim, line up her rental car, and even start the repair scheduling. Then she's able to get back to her job, focus on her mission, and go about her day while USA continues to work for her on her behalf. Guys, touchless claims is a game changer. Being able to operate at this speed, at this efficiency, from intake and triage to assessment and settlements, all underpinned by automated rules that predict liabilities, they can detect fraud. Basically, they usher the claim all the way through, from the intake all the way to the end in a compliant and touchless way. Faster, quicker, easier, happy members, happy claims adjusters. That's truly what it's all about. It's a win-win across the board. And finally, as all of us, we need to grow. And we need to grow efficiently. For USA, this meant launching our small commercial policy products. Now, think back to the mission moment. That soldier who was deployed overseas, they're now home. They're retired, and they're starting a small business. They're really excited. One of the calls they put in is to USAA. What insurance do they need? What coverage do they need? Historically, we would have had to send them to a competitor, maybe one of you. But now we can cover that small business and protect them on the personal side as well as the business side. Now, this is a Guidewire policy solution, greenfield, out of the box, integrated all the way through to the back end with a digital front end. And they tell me it's the fastest product launch at 9 months. It's amazing, and I'm so proud of what our teams have accomplished together. That's right. So growing our products means that we're there to serve our members, again, when, where, and how they want to interact. Now, as I close today, I want to leave you with some lessons learned. As I reflected on my own learnings, this quote from the esteemed General Colin Powell came to mind. A dream doesn't become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. Really resonates with me, perhaps with some of you as well. Now, USAA has had the honor of serving General Powell and his family for over 60 years. And many of you may have had the opportunity to interact with him when he was on this Guidewire Connection stage back in 2015. Amazing leader. And this quote really resonates with me because it highlights the fact that a dream doesn't become reality by chance. Again, it takes intentionality, it takes action, and it takes vision. Now, those 25 Army officers you saw in the video who agreed to protect or to insure each other's vehicles 100 years ago, they had a vision. But I would contend that their vision in no way encompassed the iconic brand that USAA has become 100 years later. Now, I think it's a matter of all of us recognizing that there is a lot going on in our industry. But before I exit, I want to thank my village. To my team, some of whom are here today. You guys are purely amazing. The challenges you stand up for, the accomplishments you have achieved, amazing, and I can't imagine doing this with anybody else. To our partners, Guidewire, and so many others, many of whom are in this room today, thank you so much for your partnership along this journey. You know, insurance truly is in a state of change. We have to continue to modernize. We have to continue to lean forward and continue this journey, and I contend that it starts with us together. Together, we can protect our members, our customers, in their time of greatest need. Together, we can transform this industry. Thank you.